And now, live from the studios of Freedom's Phoenix, Ernest Hancock.
Yeah, got a face like a gent. You know what that makes me think of? It makes me think of Janet Reno. Anyway, and Janet Napolitano, all the same. You know, it's that job requirement, have a face like a gent and be head of the Gestapo and I don't know, just thinking of it, my warped mind. Okay, now this is, we have in the second hour a great interview. So this half hour, I just hit on some news stuff that's going on. Now, in the second hour, we have Marcin Jakubowski he's the founder and director of Open Source Ecology. Now, we have quite a few pages, devoted to their project in this month's magazine and the cover. And they don't even know. They'll sit and they'll go, ooh, love this long time. So we'll make sure that we have, that's one thing we need to do is make sure on the front page, we include this segment for this in the magazine. So it has a link. Oh, you already did. See, Sierra, man, she's so smart. I think about it. She already did. Like Radar O'Reilly, man, my life's so easy. She should get a raise. No. I'll work on it. Now, what happens is we're going to go ahead and talk with him about what they're doing, which is open source hardware for farms. You have the open source technology, you keep adding on, so on, and use that mechanism by which you build a lot of complex software. But they're saying, we need to put this in the real world and start growing some freaking food. So how do we do that? Well, they standardize different components of tractor parts and farm equipment, and, we need 40, 50 different pieces of machinery that we can replicate on site. I mean, sophisticated. I know. I mean, this is, you got to have the right machines to do this kind of stuff, but I'm familiar with it a little bit because my son is a machinist. Both of them are. And they got their, one of my sons has his own CNC computer guided mill in his garage. He goes on Craigslist, works for Honeywell Aerospace. Okay. So the boy's got skills. So he's 23 years old. Is that, of course, Terry's 23? 23 years old, has his own house, wife, 2 kids, and he puts on Craigslist, have mill will make. Boom. More he can handle. The most recent one he did was they needed a raised intake manifold for a 1936 Buick triple carburetor, blah, blah, blah. He goes, that's what computers are for. Puts it in, puts it out. There you go. Done. Give me $400 or $500. I'm going, yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Pay taxes on that, did you? As far as you know. So I'm going, all right. So I'm really interested to see what they're doing there. But I want to play that. You're going to like this. You're going to like this. This is Keith Olbermann's back. Okay, he's on, I don't know, Al Gore Communist TV or whatever. But he's always got some good stuff, we can pick from. But I want you to hear about this. This is good.
The headline to the #1 story tonight on Countdown reads like one ripped from the top of the show. Rupert Murdoch under investigation, but there's a twist. The investigation is by the Federal Aviation Administration. The FAA is investigating Rupert Murdoch for flying a drone. No, not Bill O'Reilly. I mean an actual aircraft, a drone. Forbes magazine reports the iPad publication The Daily could be in trouble with the FAA after it used a drone to capture video of natural disasters in the U.S. earlier this year and then disseminated them on part of that flailing iPad paper. Current regulations allow hobbyists to fly unmanned aircraft below 400 feet in this country, but strap a camera on one and then stream the video over the net for commercial use, and the G-men are going to come knocking. A spokesperson for the FAA told Forbes it has issued 80 certificates to operate drones, but only consider 18 of those certificates to be active. And to the question of whether or not Murdoch's News Corp has one, the response, quote, "We are examining the Daily's use of a small unmanned aircraft to see if it was in accordance with FAA policies. There is a valid concern that drones enabled with facial recognition technology could push the envelope of invasion of privacy, something Murdoch specializes in. And everyone is rightly a bit jumpy following the phone hacking and now computer hacking scandal at Murdoch's News of the World tabloid and possibly other venues. But just when you thought it was safe to go back to leaving cell phone messages, think again about this. Forbes is also reporting that an ex-Air Force official and a former airplane hobby store owner recently teamed up to build a drone capable of, eavesdropping on cell phone conversations. It's called the Wasp. And the duo jerry-rigged a former Army drone with equipment that can simulate a cell phone tower and capture your signal. It can also crack your passwords, and it can sniff out unlocked Wi-Fi signals. It's built for Mr. Murdoch. To comment, I'm joined now by comedian Christian Finnegan.
Oh, it just makes you go, doesn't it? You know, I mean, it's just, you can't make this stuff up. So, one, I'm for having a Freedom's Phoenix aerial drone web streaming protest. Go and keep an eye on the man kind of. That's where the FCC, the FAA is more concerned about that, and FCC and everything else. You know, all the federal government sees daylight. You're not allowed to, because you're not. You might bump into one of our drones, videotaping facial recognition database. And you're not allowed to do it to us. And sure as heck not to see behind the lines kind of thing. So I'm going, you know, I want one. You know, my sons know how to fly remote control airplanes. You know, I can probably almost land one. And I'm going, you know, I get this. And now they have some really cool ones. You know, you just fly them with your iPad. You know, your iPhone. You get these drones. They're called, what are they called? Yeah, they're drones. All right. And they're quadcopter. Just put quadcopter drone. When they first came out, I went to the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas a couple years ago. I went last year and boring. And then I went to one the year before when they first publicly debuted these drones that you can actually do dogfights with each other and watch it on. You get a site come up on your iPad, let's say, and you're dogfighting somebody looking at the camera, looking at the other copter. I mean, you know, it's just amazing technology what's coming. But immediately I saw what it could do. It had a camera that you could see really well. So I was showing the video demos that we had put on Freedom's Phoenix when we were covering this at the Consumer Electronics Show. And he goes, oh, man, I got to get me one of those. And what did he need it for? Hunting. He goes out and he's got those quads, you know, those four-wheel Polarises, Rangers going out, you know, traipsing around looking for Bambi. And he goes, you know what? In the morning, we just take him, you know, put that out, send it up. We can look around hundreds of yards and see which way the game is. You know, if we're scaring off anything, where they're going, where we're going to be, what the, you know, yeah, we do all our, you know, 80% of our hunting sitting around a campfire. Yep, we're going to go that way. Well, it's good for home security too. Surveillance. You know, you got a little farm, a little couple of acreage. I just, you know, send it out. Yeah, go take a look over there in the corner of and see what Bess is doing in the corner. You know, the cows out there. Is there something? I hear some coyotes. They getting close. I mean, this has a lot of civilian applications, and it's cool. Freedom's Phoenix want to have you know, our live coverage upstream video streaming of some event we're going out and doing. Kind of like looks like next week we're in stages negotiating a restaurant, going doing the courtside thing for 2 days out there. I'm gonna go out and let everybody have their say. Do I want a drone up there watching what's up? You damn Skippy, I do, because you know they are. So I'm going, oh, okay. Oh, and end of the month, I think it's 27th of August, Stuart Rhodes and Oath Keeper is going to muster out there. So it's just, you know, they're in support of the 910 officers that got suspended for signing the letter criticizing the chief. You know, said this stuff he wants us to do, man. We're, you know, damn. So they suspend them. And they got to be under house arrest until 5 p.m. in the evening. They can't go out, do anything, talk to the press. Seriously? So I seen one with his attorney on Fox, I think it was, and they're going, yeah, well, you know, let's go ahead and challenge that court. We'll see what happens. So this is, you know, it's not going away, but wouldn't a handy little live stream drone over the event be very nice for Freedom's Phoenix readers and listeners to Declare Your Independence with? Huh? Damn Skippy. So is Murdoch going to get a special exemption? We find out what he did legal. It's okay because he did, you know, some certain way or something. So we'll see what happens. But, you know, Oberman made a good point. You couple that up with facial recognition technology and software, and, you know, boom, you know who and what wears everybody. This is, you know, you think when you're going to protest, every time we go now, there's a police officer, he's videotaping. And I'll guarantee they take that tape, they put it in their software, and they run. They don't even have to look at it. It's just, you know, spit out all the names, facial recognition, what we got, driver's license, everybody that was there. Where's our list? And who's the guys that keep showing up all the time? Yeah, they're on the special list. Well, I like being on top of the list. It's safer up there. We'll be right back.